Hello dear students, welcome to this video lecture on machine drawing. Myself, Anthony Augustine. I would be taking you through this video on orthographic projection in which I'll be discussing a problem on sectional views. The objectives of this video are that after going through this video, the viewer would be able to derive important information from given isometric problem statement and would be able to use those information to construct sectional orthographic views. Let's go through the problem statement first. So this is the component for which we are going to construct the orthographic sectional views. Now, as you can see, the problem asks for the front view, right hand side view, and the offset sectional top view through cut section AA. This is not a full section nor a half section. It is an offset section. You can see that the center line which has been converted and given the name AA to a cutting plane passes through the center of both the tablet shape hole and the circular hole towards the farther end. So we can see that the plane of the cutting is passing through centers of both the hole which are not matching or are at different heights. So this hole is at 31 height and the other hole is 40 mm height. So this is an offset section. For better understanding of the problem, let's go through the isometric or the CAD visualization process. So this is the object which has been represented in CAD software. So you can see this is the isometric representation. Now the front view representation is shown and we'll further see the top view representation. So here is the top view which has been shown without the hidden edges. And next we'll see the visualization of the right hand side view without the hidden edges. So this is the right hand side view. Now we'll see how the sectional view of the object can be obtained. Let's try with a full sectional view of the component as been shown. You can see the different faces over here. Now we'll do a sectional analysis. In this section analysis, we'll take a cutting section plane which passes through the center of the tablet shaped hole, which is located at a height of 31 mm from the base of the component. So here I am taking a cut section at a height of 31 mm. You can see that the details of the tablet section is being revealed properly. However, that of the hole, circular hole, is not properly being cut because it is having a center above the 31 mm mark. So here it doesn't give a clear idea of the hidden features of the both the holes. So let me try another full sectional view which is at an height of 40 mm from the base. So here I have taken 40 mm height of the cut section. So this is the second plane which I have used. Now the hole is properly being cut. However, the tablet shape hole is not being cut. So the details of the tablet shape holes are not revealed. So we need to use both the cutting planes and we need to join it by some offset plane. So here you can see in the front view the offsetting being done between both the planes. Both the centers are being utilized for cutting. However, a vertical plane is used in between to join both the cut planes. The green portion represents the object portion to be removed and the blue hashed area represents the cut section obtained after removal of the top portion above the offset section. So let us see the offset section again and you can see that it is having two turns at 90 degrees each. So this is the front view in which you can see the offset section with the help of blue line, and you can see the 90 degree turns connecting the two planes. So here you can see the object at the towards the farthest corner from my side, and the cut section revealed by the offset cutting plane. So this is the object obtained after cutting and removal of the top portion. The solution would be looking like this. The point at which the offset cutting is done has to be represented on the orthographic view by a vertical line. So now that we have gone through the sectional analysis, let us move back to the uh, problem solving, in which we will be solving the problem. So what should be the first step then? The first step would be to first study the isometric view of the given problem and find the direction of front view so that we can calculate the maximum dimension of the layouts. So we proceed with the calculation of maximum dimension. So before that, this leader line with X shows that this face represents the front face of the object, and now I need to find the horizontal and the vertical dimensions, maximum dimension of this front face. So the maximum dimension of this front face is 22 plus 25 plus this 85, that is 132, while the vertical height is 62, just represented on my back. So we have the maximum dimension 132 by 62, the dimensions of layout for the front view. The top view would having additional thickness of 50 mm and the length of 132 would be common. The right hand side view would have height of 62 and the thickness of 50 mm. Now that we have calculated or found out the maximum sizes, we move to the second step. So we select the location on the sheet and draw layouts using 2H pencil and use the maximum dimension to plot it, leaving enough space between the layouts for dimensioning and writing notes. So we now do the actual drawing part. So here this is the layout we have to do, and next we draw it on the sheet. Here you can see me draw the front view layout of 132 mm width and a height of 62 mm. The thickness is 50 mm as shown. Now once we have plotted the layout, now we move to the next step. So what should be the next step then? The next step would be to draw the axis of symmetry for the given views. So the axis of symmetry needs to be drawn. Here only the top view and the right hand side view has symmetry. So hence I am going to draw the axis of symmetry for top view passing through the exactly through the center, and through the right hand side view passing vertically exactly through the center of the layout. Next, once I have drawn the layout, I need to do the next step, that is to begin with the view which is having maximum number of circles. So the front view is the view which is having maximum number of circles, and I need to complete the front view first. So here you can see me draw the front view. First I locate the circle or the semicircle by use of arcs. This is the 22 mm radius semicircle. Then I move on to complete the inner circle having a diameter 22. The earlier arc was of radius 22. This is diameter 22. Next, I move on to darken the outline. So I plot the outline. This is a 25 mm line, and then which I need to draw. Before that, I draw a center line. I draw the outline. So here you can see me draw the outline as per the given problem statement. So this is a vertical edge of at a distance of 25 from the center, and now the inner walls need to be drawn. 6 mm thickness is there, so I draw the inner faint lines, construction lines, and now move on to the outline. As per the prerequisite of this video, I hope you would be able to complete the orthographic views. So you need to use the problem statement to draw this problem as per the given dimensions. Once you draw the outline, you need to complete the inner details. So now I move on to erase the unnecessary outlines which are not needed. I complete the arc of radius 9. Then I find out the location of the 18 mm arc. So it is at a distance of 27 from this point and 40 distance from the center of the circular hole. Take a radius of 18 mm and then I complete the arc joining the semicircle with the 9 mm arc. Next, what I do is I find the center of the tablet shape hole. This tablet shape hole is at a distance of 31 mm from the base. So I first draw the center line and mark the centers for 25 and 18 mm respectively. And then I draw a semicircle with radius as given, 8 mm radius, that is 16 mm semicircle. Now I can draw two tangents to this semicircle to complete the tablet shape holes. Once I complete the front view, the next step would be to complete the other views by making use of projectors and construction lines. So next, I would be using construction and projection lines to complete the other views. Here you can see me project from the front view into the top. I first draw the outline of the problem which are represented by continuous thick line. Once I've completed the outline, I would then move on to the hidden lines. It is important that you draw a rough sketch for reference purpose before you draw the actual orthographic views. In this way, you would be better prepared for use of proper lines or selecting proper lines for the different edges, whether hidden or visible. So I am just projecting the tablet hidden edges. And next I'll be completing the right hand side view. So the complete outline of the right hand side view is darkened, and therefore I am darkening all the outlines of the layout. I take a distance of 9 mm on my compass for the wall, and I'll be marking and completing the vertical portion of the component. I'll be making use of projection lines to complete the edges which are visible and move on to hidden lines. So I draw the circular hidden lines for the circular hole, the hidden lines for the circular hole, and further I'll draw the wall which is having in between thickness reduction of 12 mm. That is, from 18 to 12 the wall is having a thickness reduction in which the tablet shape hole is there. So I'll be projecting the tablet shape hole. So this completes the 4 orthographic views, as you can see. Now what should be the next step? The next step would be to draw the sectional cutting plane, which is having an offset and name as well as arrows showing the direction of section. So here I proceed to convert the center line. After completing the right hand side view, I convert the center line of both the holes with an offset turn to the ends as well as uh, the ends of the object cutting plane line are darkened. Now the next step would be to darken the outline for the cut section. So you can see me draw the directional arrows and giving the name AA, and I'll be converting the outline of the cut section into dark lines because they would be revealed after the top portion that has been cut is removed. The position at which the 290-degree turns are done would be revealed. So there is an outline that needs to be projected. So here you can see me draw the outline properly. Next, once the outlines are darkened, I need to do another step. So that would be to hatch the cut section using hatching lines. So for that, hatching lines at 45-degree inclination would be drawn. Remember, hatching lines would be drawn differently before the offset turn and differently in the portion outside after the turn. So there is an offset, though the inclination and the direction of the hatching lines won't be changed. However, you can see that there is this offset line up to which I am drawing. After this, I am offsetting and drawing lines a bit differently in the next area. Though the distance is same between the hatching lines, but there is an offset which occurs. Now, once you have done the hatching, what should be the next step? The next step would be to dimension all the views and to complete the projections. So next, what I do is I'll be naming the views. So the top view is not a simple view, it is an offset sectional top view with respect to section AA, and the front view is a normal one, and we're having cutting plane line, that's the important thing, and right hand side view would be a simple orthographic view. We need to provide the relevant dimension. Remember, provide the dimension in all the 3 views, selecting the best suitable view to represent a given dimension. So here you can see me provide all the relevant dimensions at proper suitable positions. So I am dimensioning the circles, the arcs, the thicknesses, the heights. I hope you would be able to do this on your own. So I hope you would be able to complete all the objectives that we had planned to complete in this particular video, that you will be able to derive important information and be able to draw offset sectional view of the given component. I hope you drew along with me throughout this video, taking pauses whenever required. Before we come to the end of this video, I would like to quote and unquote Frank Darabont. He quoted that visual storytelling of one kind or another has been around since cavemen were drawing on the walls. So as you can see that drawings were used since time immemorial, and they have been used as visual communication aids. I hope this offset sectional view would have been able to provide a better visual representation for the workers as well as the persons who are handling the technical drawings for better understanding. With this, we come to the end of this video. Thank you.